Hey guys, before we get into this video, I want you guys to do me a favor. Comment down below, who do you guys think is the best defensive card in 2K21 as of right now? I'm actually curious to know whenever people are seeing this video, you know, who they're going to comment and stuff like that. So do me a favor, drop that down below, and yeah, let's get right into it. Hey guys, if you guys need your 12-0s, domination, evos, any sorts of online or offline grinding, be sure to hit up Rose NBA on Twitter. The link to his Twitter will be in the description down below. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today, man, I'm bringing you guys a video on the brand new defensive settings that I actually kind of found out has been working very well for me this year. If you guys don't know, I've made these videos the last like 2 years already, and you guys have really been enjoying them. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me what I use because I actually haven't really lost on Unlimited. You guys will see that I'm 20-2. One loss was because I quit for somebody because they let me get a triple-double with Scotty, and the other loss was a double overtime game against a full free agent team, literally the first day that this game came out. So either way, we have actually won most of our games in Unlimited, and there's only been really like 2 close games maybe, and I played some good people. It's just, like I said, we clamp up. You guys have seen from my streams and stuff like that we actually shut a lot of people down. So I'm actually going to go ahead and focus up straight up on the defensive settings in this video, and not so much of the gameplay. I feel like I focused up on that in previous years, and it really doesn't help explain too much. So I'm going to go ahead and go in depth with the defensive settings, and if you guys do want to see additional gameplay or anything like that, let me know down below. Like I said, I really just want to focus up on the defensive settings of what I use and stuff like that. If you guys want to see the gameplay live action, you know, no hiding, nothing like that, feel free to check out my Twitch. The link is in the description down below. I'm actually going to be doing Unlimited streams the next few days, so you guys could definitely go ahead and check those out, and you guys could see these defensive settings work live in action. So yeah, like I said, if you guys do enjoy this video, drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Really quick, before we get into the gameplay, I want to talk about 3 badges that are really going to help you guys improve your defense. That is going to be Interceptor is going to be number 1. Now, I'm strictly talking about defensive badges in this video, but Interceptor is by far one of the most important badges. It'll help you get passing lane steals and stuff like that. Going through the rest of these here, you're just going to have to give me a minute because I'm going to have to kind of find them here. Okay, so the next one is going to be Clamps. Clamps is going to be the next badge that we're going to talk about. It's going to help your guys obviously stay in front of people, so this way they're not getting blown by like there's no tomorrow. And then finally, we are going to be talking about Intimidator. Intimidator, you guys should already know what this badge does. If you don't, basically means that you don't even have to play defense. If you're standing in the general vicinity, somebody will miss a wide open layup just because you're standing there looking pretty. So when you guys obviously load up into a game, the first thing you're going to do is click on defensive settings. Now, it brings up all of this lovely stuff here, and I know it can be kind of overwhelming. Now, look, I say this all the time. I can sit here and BS you guys and say, okay, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's only like 4 or 5 things you really need to pay attention to this year to really make your guys play good enough defense to get you through the games. Now, this year, I'm going to say this right now. As of right now that I'm recording this video, it's September 24th. Defense is still broken as far as the help from the corners just rotating in for no reason. That is still something that cannot be fixed. You can set this to smother, deny ball, and turn the help slider defense all the way down. It's still going to do it. So I'm not even going to bother going into depth about the sliders. I don't even think sliders need to be touched. I know a lot of people like to do them, but they really don't make a difference this year if you ask me. So I'm going to just straight up focus on these defensive settings. If you guys have an opinion on the sliders, feel free to let me know down below, and I'll check some of them out. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But as of right now, though, we're going to be talking about this screen. Now, first thing we're going to be talking about is on-ball pressure. I do set this one to smother. I used to set it to tight, but setting it to smother does help them kind of close out. It's a little bit faster. Now, an in-game tip when it comes to setting this to smother, something that is super important is actually clicking on to the on-ball defender. So if your opponent kicks it to their point guard and you see Steph Curry chilling in the paint, minding his own business, you need to make sure that you click onto him and run directly to that point guard. Now, in my opinion, what I do is when I click onto that point guard, when I run up with him, you'll see that I immediately click off. Now, what that does is if my opponent tries to run to the right, Curry will slide over. If he tries to run to the left, Curry will slide over that way. Basically, it helps kind of bump him, slow him down a little bit. If I need to click back on to make sure Curry stays in front, I will. No big deal either way. But you do want to make sure you click off just so your guys aren't sliding and flying past people and all that sort of fun stuff. That's where clamps, like I said, does come in handy. But at the same time, like I said, smother will actually help them stick to the guy with the ball and make sure that they're not obviously getting, you know, just leaving them open for wide open threes and stuff like that. Smother also will kind of help you prevent people when they just run and take fading threes. That is something that I learned, that your guys will actually kind of stick with them a little bit more. And that's where Intimidator will come into play. So when people try to do that, Intimidator will actually give you a little bit better of a contest. Next, we're going to be talking about off-ball pressure. Now, off-ball pressure, I really feel like you can't really lose either way if you decide to go deny ball or tight. The only reason why I really personally run tight on this instead of deny ball is whenever I run deny ball, people, you can literally see it says in the negatives, difficult to contain backdoor cuts, removes any help side responsibility, which removing the help is kind of good. But my thing is with deny ball is with this year, there's a lot of random cuts that happen, and finishing at the rim is kind of a big deal in this game. Now, yes, it is a good thing to bait people into the paint because Intimidator is very overpowered, but everybody knows that if you don't have momentum, your opponent is either going to get fouled or he's going to finish contested layups anyway. So in my opinion, running tight is a little bit better. What this does is it kind of leaves a little bit of a gap to the point where if your opponent kicks it over and tries to shoot that, it's literally as simple as, like I just explained, clicking onto them and running out a little bit and contesting that shot. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys is going to be probably the biggest tip I can give you as far as running and contesting threes. Do not jump. Do not jump. As long as you have Intimidator on your players, even if you don't, I still don't recommend jumping. The reason why is because if you go out and contest a shot, it's obviously going to give you at least somewhat of a decent contest. And if you jump, your opponent's just going to either get a foul and get free throws from that, or they're going to be able to just run right by you and get into the paint anyway. So I highly recommend not, jumping, but running out, and it's very easy. If it's on tight, you're still going to be able to close out on those threes and prevent your opponent from getting wide open. Only other thing, like I said, the reason why I do like tight is it actually kind of gives you better opportunities for bump steals as well. If you have it on deny ball, your players will automatically just hold the other team, and they won't really leave a little bit of a gap. If you have it on tight, they'll leave a tiny bit of space, but when people try to drive by, you're still going to get those bump steals where your guy will just kind of do a little move or whatever, and they'll steal it with their leg or foot or whatever. But the point is they're going to get those bump steals. And that honestly will help you get quits as well, because I think we all can agree that bump steals are the most frustrating thing that could happen on defense. Now, this next part is something I need you guys to actually really pay attention to. We have on-ball screen and on-ball screen center. Now, this is going to be very important as well. I have these both on go under. The reason why is last year, you guys know that I used to set these to go over. That was because threes last year were the main focus. I feel like a lot of people, you guys know, obviously run around, peekaboo, whatever you got to do. Quick stop last year, it was open. Cashing home threes left and right. So you needed to make sure that was on go over. This year, it is all about putting go under. Now, the reason why is because even if you go under the screen, you're still able to close out on those threes, even if you need to. As of right now, people don't have high enough three balls and all that sort of fun stuff to be zigzagging and chucking up threes. Granted, they're still going to go in because Unlimited's kind of broken right now, but in all honesty, go under works perfectly for me. Your guys get through screens pretty easily. You're still able to contest shots. Like I said, if you get stuck on a screen and you know for a fact that your opponent is going to shoot, that is about the only time I would recommend the jump. I know I just told you guys not to, but that is the only time I do. Normally you can tell. If you're a good enough player, you will be able to tell when somebody's going to shoot the ball. So that's when you kind of want to run up, and even if you're in a screen, if you spam triangle or spam Y, your guy will actually jump and contest that shot. So I mean, if you guys, again, don't know what the point of go under is, they go under the screen. Literally, they just slide under it. So this way, they're not fighting over it. So if they go under it and your opponent tries to rim run or whatever, your guy will be there to be able to bump them, slow them down. You might still get blown by every once in a while, but it's better than putting it on go over and getting blown by every time. Now, this is going to be something that I really wish worked more than what it does, but I still recommend putting drive help rules on no help. It obviously, what it says it's supposed to do is make it so when people drive in, your corners don't do this. Like I said, this game is very broken right now. So no matter what you do, your corners are going to be out there, and then they're just going to just come in the paint and hang out with you and do whatever. Obviously, it is very frustrating. Now, I do still have it on no help because at least what will happen is your top wings will not rotate in. So no matter who's up there, they don't rotate in. It's always just the corners for whatever reason. But this is something that I still put on. Like I said, it still does a little bit of, it still helps you out a little bit. And when they do decide to finally fix the help defense or whatever, this setting is going to work beautifully in this game. You're going to make sure that you could stay on the corners because corner threes are very easy to knock down this year. I actually greened probably 95% of those, especially with Baylor. But yeah, no help is going to be the final thing. So going through these ones, like I said, it's smother, tight, go under, scroll all the way down, and you're going to put this on no help. Now, I could sit here and talk about matchups with you guys. The only thing I could really tell you guys that I think could make a difference is if you play somebody that is super annoying. Like I'm talking, they only know turbo and square. I recommend doing this right here, putting your small forward on the point guard position, putting your point guard here and your shooting guard here. Same thing as last year. It does kind of help you, you know, with the rim running thing. It'll kind of help slow your opponent down. People really can't rim run as much. You guys have seen in stream a few times that if I go up against somebody with Rose, I'll actually put Scottie Pippen on Derrick Rose, and then my opponent really can't do anything because Scottie Pippen obviously knows what he's doing, so it works out great. Final thing, adaptive coaching engine. Make sure this thing is turned off. If this is on, if you do all those defensive settings but leave this on, the game is going to tell you to go F yourself, and they're going to put these on anyway, or they're going to change your stuff anyway. You'll be running zones out of nowhere. You'll be running presses out of nowhere, half-court traps, whatever it is, and you do not want to do that. Now, in-game, the best defense I can tell you guys to run is going to be a man-to-man this year. You can sit in a zone, but I'm telling you guys, as of right now, you don't need to green your shots. So sitting in a zone is not going to really work out unless you know how to run it. If you know how to run a zone, by all means, go for it. But standard defense, I'm telling you guys, man-to-man with help defense from like you're by yourself, not from the, you know, computer. That's the best thing that you could do in all honesty. Pressing kind of works, but it all depends on your opponent. So that's why, like I said, I don't want to show you guys gameplay as far as like saying, oh yeah, look, run a press. Because if I go up against somebody that knows how to break a press, or if I don't go up against somebody, I mean, it looks easy, but then you guys might play people that know how to. So I don't really want to do that. I want to just show you guys this. And I'm just going to tell you guys, adapt to who you're playing. That is the most important thing. So again, smother, tight, go under, and no help. If you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.